Hello, guys. Hello. It's my accountability session. I have just had a blast speaking with the amazing founder of the Dolls Mastermind, Diana May Fernandez. Diana is a breath of fresh air. She is vivacious. She is a happy person. She just is a bright person, very nice and very interesting person to interview. I absolutely had fun talking with her just now on the Leap and Shine conference, day 6, and it was the second session. So we have been speaking with Diana just now, and I'm here to summarize for you basically a little bit of what she shared. So Diana is grew up Filipino. Basically, she shared that nearly everyone in the Philippines is into the medical field. Most people are nurses in that field. So, I mean, she was expected to do the right thing, become a nurse. And her folks basically, enrolled her into nursing school, and she was supposed to do the right thing, be a good child, and just stay in nursing school and get her nursing degree. But what did she do? After she started, she quickly discovered that that was not for her. So she couldn't make it through. She didn't stay the full stretch of nursing school. She knew it was not for her. So she quit nursing and she applied to business school without asking her parents for any help or any money. And they were not aware at all. Diana left nursing school and applied to business school because she said she knew she had to take a leap of faith, that she knew she had an entrepreneurial spirit within her, and she knew that to be an entrepreneur you have to be stubborn and you have to take that leap of faith. And she sat there in, I believe, what was her inaugural or first day in business school, and she heard the dean share with the students about how that you are the CEO of your life, and that everything you do is your brand, is part of your brand, should represent your brand. And so Diana sat there listening to the dean on her first day of having skipped nursing school and enrolled herself into business school. And she heard these words, and she said these words marked her and shaped her, and they stayed with her, and that's what she's lived by ever since. And she says, obviously, I mean, her parents, she was young then, so to disobey your parents like that when they expected you to be a nurse and you were doing your own thing, hey, that was really sassy. But Diana is a very sassy individual. So the parents were completely disappointed. They were not happy at all with her. They felt that she was Asian and she was young and she could never ever make it in the world of business. And why was she doing a business degree if she couldn't use it, if it couldn't serve any purpose? That's the way they saw it. So they felt she was an embarrassment. She was literally disenfranchised from all of her family members, and she obviously faced the backlash. But she knew that she had to keep going, because guess what? Her passion was driving her, and Wall Street was calling her. This little Asian girl who was supposed to just do the right thing, listen to her parents, and get a nursing degree, passion was driving her, and Wall Street was calling her name. So she went on and she finished business school, and she said she got an opportunity on Wall Street. She was fresh out of college, and she was given not just the corner office in Wall Street, but also about 4 interns to manage. So she started out as an executive assistant. She worked on Wall Street for 6-7 years, and she was helping people increase their wealth and helping to shape people's investments. And she basically identified a niche. Afterwards, she identified a niche of how a lot of executives don't know how to manage their employees, and so she wanted to step in and coach them and address that niche. So that's one of the things that she does today. And she says when she made up her mind and she told her employers, I'm out of here, it's been nice knowing you, I've got other things to do, then she said her employers turned into her first investors. Her employers turned into her first investors. Listen, she's not the first person to have said this. Do you remember that Roseanne Reed yesterday? Roseanne joined us from Jamaica, and she said that. She said, make sure that you treat everyone with respect. Make sure that you when you're in your corporate or paid career, that you are conducting yourself in such a way that you're building bridges, basically. And that's the same thing in a way that Diana has shared today. And she says, there's a certain way that you will do your job when you're in your paid job, and your employers will respect you. They will respect the value that you bring to them. And her employers respected that value. They recognized it. They loved her for it. And her employers absolutely became her first investors when she went into business. She said she was giving a hefty severance pay, and she spent that severance pay very wisely, if I may say. She spent that severance pay on coaching, and she spent it on stocks. And the stocks later were turned into equity. So this girl has had her onions together. She's just been an investment, or if you like, an entrepreneur from the get-go. And she said only in January of 2016. So you don't have to be, you don't have to overthink it. You don't have to have been doing something for years and years and years. I was shocked when Diana said that she had only started live streaming, because she's everywhere. She's on my phone all the time. She's everywhere. She's on everyone's device. Now, her brand is very powerful, and it's also very unique. And she says that she's only just started live streaming in January, because and she was making already a 6-figure income on Wall Street before she left Wall Street. And then she's gone into live streaming and started her own business. And she's quickly, in under 6 months, also achieved a 6-figure income. In 6 months. She owns her own jewelry line. She's very unique, very diverse. She owns her own jewelry line. They make ponchos, they make swimsuits, they make all kinds of fashion pieces. And only last week she had a fashion show. I know, because my coach Ava Eagle Brown attended that fashion show, and she had very good things to say about how it had gone. She said the paparazzi were there, celebrities came out in their numbers. Her brand is engaging, you all. So this is part of what she shared with us. It's her brand is part of her personality, and she says that she has a mission in collaboration with her business partners to coach 1 billion people. She has a mission to coach 1 billion people. And she says that people, when I asked her to define shine leap, or what it means to take a shine leap, she says, people define success very differently. Someone can put their first website out there and feel like they need to celebrate it in a big way because it's such a major achievement for them. And another person can make a 6-figure income and feel that they want to celebrate it in a big way because it's such a big moment. And she says both of them are equally big. Both moments when you put out, both that moment when you put out your first blog and the one when you make your 6-figure income, they are very big. She says, as far as she's concerned, experiencing a shine leap moment or taking a shine leap should happen not just every day, but several times a day. She experiences at least 7 shine leaps. Only Diana, right? She experiences at least 7 shine leaps a day. So it's about having a shifting mindset. And guys, what I want to say to you here is this. We're talking about shifting. We're talking about making giant strides in 2017. And as 2017 is banging on the door asking to be let in, there is a bit of urgency in some quarters to make sure that you have the right goals, you have the right ideas that you want to pursue in 2017. But beyond having the goals written down, beyond having the ideas, you have got to work on your mind. It's about having a mindset that enables you then to achieve those, big, hairy, audacious goals that you've written down. It's about having a shifting mindset. That's what Diana calls it. And I think that's key. And I think that's for someone somewhere, because unless your thinking is correct, and unless your mindset is in the right place, you can write all the goals that you want and nothing will shift, nothing will happen. That's why some clever person, it wasn't me, some clever person said that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting change. It ain't gonna happen. So Diana says, let that change first and foremost happen in your mind. It's your mind that needs to shift. It's your mindset and how you view yourself, how you view your abilities, how you perceive yourself needs to change. And as I always say in my own way, that the battles of the mind are first won in the mind. They're won in the mind or lost in the mind. So that's key. And she shared 3 things that she likes to do every single day that are like habits. to get perspective, because it's important we all get perspective on a daily basis. She lists like 3 key achievements that she's achieved on any given day, and she also likes to surround herself with people that make her really uncomfortable. And again, she's not the last person, she's not the first person to have said that. Roseanne Reed from Jamaica hinted it, and I think DJ Shibanjo also hinted it, that you have to align your talk with your walk. You have to be located, you have to transition to places where the people who are there are people who believe in you, who can pull you up higher, who can challenge you. And Diana has said it also, she's validated it, she said it in her own words, that you need to surround yourself with people who make you uncomfortable. If you are comfortable where you are, which means you are the best thing in that circle, then you need to shift, because now people are looking up to you to be their leader, whereas you need to continue growing. You need to carry on growing, because growth is never a destination, it is a journey. And then she talks about something she calls design thinking. This is where she teaches people to ideate properly, to see the power of their ideas and where they can take those ideas. She encourages people to reflect and to look back on every day and to see what they have achieved in the course of every single day. Design thinking, I think that sort of means, deliberate thinking, being intentional about the thoughts that you allow to cross your mind. She's an amazing woman. I asked if there is one powerful, crucial, important thing that you could share with our listeners that would help them to also have that shifting mindset, that mindset that enables them to shift. What would it be? She says, quite simply, shine today, as in today, not tomorrow. Shine today, not tomorrow. Do not put off until tomorrow what you can do today. And she says, jump off that cliff. Jump off the cliff, figure out how to build a plane on the way down, or how to get a parachute on the way down. Figure it out as you go, but don't spend all the time in the world just being in your back office and not actually implementing the things that you work on or you're working on. And nothing is guaranteed. Tomorrow is not guaranteed, so you have to want it bad enough to starting. That's another term that she uses. Starting, and shine today, not tomorrow. That's a takeaway from Diana May Fernandez. And she talks about the Dolls Mastermind, and she talks about steps basically for business startups, and she talks about how you have to have your business idea. In case you have a business idea and you're not seeing traction, she says, remember these 3 things. 1, it's going to be okay. Don't overstress it. Get strategic in your thinking rather than getting depressed, rather than feeling, oh my God, it's never going to happen, or this wasn't such a good idea. Why did I start down this road in the first place? I'm going to get it wrong. I just know it, and all of that. Forget the negative thinking. Just understand one thing, that it is going to be okay. And I would add, once you have that thought, once you accept that it's going to be okay, you then have to start, because success leaves clues. Whatever it is that you want to do or be or achieve, I always say someone has done it before you. So then you need to be finding who those people are. They've left clues in the books they've written. They've left clues in the businesses they've set up. They've left clues in who they've served. They've left clues in the organizations and the firms and the companies that they have built. They've left clues in the kiosks that they have. They've left clues everywhere. So you need to know where to look to find the value that you need, to find the lesson that you need to take you to your own promised land. So know that it is going to be okay. Calm down. It is going to be okay. And then get strategic. Get to do your due diligence. When you have an idea, and that's our second point, you need to do your due diligence. If you're passionate about anything, you can monetize it. And I want to just quickly throw in something that Cheryl Pollins said. Cheryl Pollins was on 2 days ago from the US, and she said one thing, but if you have a passion, remember that you're not the only one. Your passion is not unique to you. Possibly 5, 10, 15, 20 other people, God knows how many thousands of people. The world is filled with billions of people. So if you have a certain passion, understand that several other people also have that passion. Now, this is where niching comes in. This is where putting your personality and your character and your tendencies and your, I don't know how to put it, your idiosyncrasies, using them to craft your brand in such a way that your brand stands out. Why fit in when you can stand out? Because if everyone is going, the same way, down the same path, then there's going to be a lot of competition, and little profits to be made there. That's why they say that it is lonely when you try to niche, when you try to stand out. That path is lonely in a good way, because there isn't a whole crowd of people going where you're going, and there is rather a crowd of people going the easy way, the easy path. So don't follow the path of least resistance. Work towards, niching yourself in such a way that you stand out. And as I always like to say, in life, it appears sometimes like we've all been given the same song sheet. But how do you sing your song in such a way that the pull, the attraction of the market that you're trying to get their attention is to you, that they are drawn to you, they are pulled to you rather than anybody else? Perhaps it's the tone with which you sing it. Perhaps it's I don't know, perhaps it's the inflection, perhaps it's the facial expression, perhaps it's the dance with which you accompany your singing. There has to be something. It's the same song sheet we all have, and it's the same lyrics, the same words, but there is something about you which, if you discover it, you will find that by the time you add that to your passion, it takes you to that place of extraordinary. It takes you to that place that's called outstanding. And that thing is what I call your shine factor. And I offer a shine factor assessment which you can use to find out exactly, not just to identify what your shine factor is, but to also help you embrace it, to help you believe it. Because if you don't believe it, you can't walk it. If you just parrot the talk, you just say the talk and you don't believe it, then you can't live in it, you can't walk in it. And it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, because whatever you believe will work for you. If you don't believe it, then it's not going to work for you. And then she says you have to apply the 80-20 rule. And she recommends that a lot of times we spend so much time in the back end. We keep working. We're building that course, and we don't surface. We don't come up for air. We're working. It has to be perfect. I have to have my website perfect. I have to do my photo shoot. This has to be right, and that has to be right. My title has to be right. I have to call myself by this fancy name and that fancy name. She says just put 20% in your back end and get out there and market your idea. First, you have to know that somebody needs what you want to create. What's the point spending months and weeks and whatever in the back end creating a course, and by the time you come to market with it, nobody wants it? So you have to gather that intelligence first, do your due diligence, make sure that there is a need that you're trying to address. Once you see, so have it on a scrap of paper if you like, and then speak it, and then begin to monetize, begin to promote it, begin to speak about it, begin to pitch it. And once you see that one person that connects with that idea of what you want to sell, then yes, you have the permission to go and create that course. And you know that already you have clients waiting. So she says this 20, people do it in reverse order. So 80-20, this is how she describes the 80-20. Now, you need to sell a concept first, as I said. You don't sit and you don't go and start buying tools and spending so much money on marketing stuff when you don't know that what you want to create is something that's needed, something that the market even wants. So these are some of the tips that Diana shared. And of course, she's giving us a giveaway, which I won't share here. It's for the people who are registered on and who are on our database. So what we will do is we will come out to every single person by email, and we will be sending out a newsletter containing all the gifts that all the speakers have shared across the 7 days. Now, guys, do not forget, tomorrow, I have somebody that I'm so looking forward to speaking with. That's Dr. Ava Eagle Brown. She is going to be in the house to bring the Leap and Shine 7-day conference to a resounding close, and she'll be talking to us about how you can use your story to escape your prison. You don't want to miss that. Literally, Ava Eagle Brown has used her story to escape her prison in a big way. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag. I'm not going to give too much away. But if you know her, or if you know of her, and you're following her on social media, or you know anything about her, you will know that this is so true, that her story, simple as it was, well, it was her story. She told it as it happened, as it was. And that has ushered her into the craziest places. So there is value in telling your story. And there are people who can help you. I offer ghostwriting services. I can help you bring out your story. You have a story, whether it's a story about your life or is a story, is a book that you want to write, for instance, to further a business idea, a how-to book, for instance, how to bake a cake, how to do this, how to do that, whatever that business idea is, or whatever that service that you're offering is, you know that when you have a book out there, then you are establishing yourself as a subject matter expert. You are establishing yourself to the world, to your target market, as an authority. So if you're that person and you know that a book would help to further your business or your service, but you just don't have the time to sit down and write, or writing is just not your thing, it's not your strong point, you don't even know where to begin, you're too busy to write, whatever the reason is, I would say don't put your idea in the cooler simply because you don't want to do the work. There's people who not only love to do the work because that's their shine factor, and I raise my hand to say that writing is my shine factor. I enjoy it. So we need to talk. If you're in that place where you know that you need someone to help you ghostwrite, and just in case you don't know, you take all the credit. The ghostwriter's face or name never shows on your work, but it's important that you choose. A lot of people make so many mistakes when they try to choose a ghostwriter. You have to make sure that the person who is ghostwriting for you knows your voice, understands your voice, because you don't want to put a book out there that sounds totally nothing like you. So it's important to get that right. It's important to get that, what I call the rev point, when you know that you have managed to get your ghostwriter to understand your voice, and when they put that book out, you will see that the book speaks of you, the book shares your personality, and the book has you written all over it. So guys, that's me over and out. And I just want to remind you that the full audio pack, for those of you who couldn't make it, or you didn't quite get into all the sessions, or even if you did, remember what DJ Sabanjo was saying, and everyone else has parroted it and echoed it and all of that. You need to, I absolutely believe in secondary illumination. Sometimes you listen to something the first time and you don't get it all. But when you listen over and over again, you're able to take your time, have your notepad by your side, pull out the key points that matter to you, the learning points that matter to you. The things that matter to me may not be the things that matter to you. What is it that matters to you? What is it that you can apply to your life to change the way you're doing things today? Because that's the whole point of this conference, isn't it? To help you recalibrate, to help you prepare, to open you up to what I call paradigm shifting and life defining conversations, to show you what the potentials are for your life. And that's why these 14 speakers have been convened and brought together, and that's why they have shared all that they have shared, and they have poured into you for the past 7 days. So you want to get the value of it. And I think the link is leapandshineconference.com/shop. leapandshineconference.com/shop, and that's where you can get the full audio pack. There is, I think we have a deal going. It's Black Friday. Yeah, that's true. We have a deal going today. So if you pre-purchase it before the end of the conference, you get it for much less. And if you purchase it later, then obviously it'll be coming at the full price. But it's Black Friday, and I do also appreciate those of you who will go out there and purchase it and say yes to yourselves and purchase it, pre-purchase it, and because of that you will get a discount. So I'm going to jump out now because I have a few things. I need to clean house, I have a few things to sort out, and tomorrow I'm speaking at the Gravity Angels event. That basically that's happening in Croydon at the Croydon Park Hotel, and I think I heard somebody say that the amazing Sonia Polion will be speaking at the event, will be chairing that event. I don't know how true that is, Sonia. So I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Join me if you can. It's at the Croydon Park Hotel, and it starts at 11 p.m. There's some amazing speakers there. There is Lady Anita Bradshaw. There is V. Roberts. I can't remember who else is on there, but I'm there, and there's a few other people speaking on there as well. It's just an event that the Gravity Angels is putting together to motivate, inspire, and encourage people. So they want people to come and tell their story in order to get other people going. And I think that's a fantastic fantastic thing to do. So I will be there. I'll be joining Sonia Paulion, Anita Bradshaw, V. Roberts, and a few other people there. And if you look on my page, you will probably see the flyer that's shared on there. So join me tomorrow if you can. And I do that in the morning. I jump right back into my home office, and then in the evening I bring the Leap and Shine Conference 2016 to a resounding close. I'm very proud of myself, and I'm proud of every single person that has come on. So guys, over and out, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, 8 p.m. UK. If you're not registered, www.leapandshineconference.com, and that's where you need to register to join us tomorrow. Take care and bye-bye.